Okay, this is the last two of these laser discs that I have. And this one is Jagged Edge. It's an RCA Columbia. And then after that, oh, it's just video disc. Okay. RCA Columbia Pictures. Okay. Let me show you the back side. Okay, the discs are all really good. Nice condition. This is showing you some of the pictures that you'll see inside. My nephew opened and checked them out. These are all good. Very nice. I have no idea on the value of them, but that's very interesting. I hope to find out. So if anyone out there is a collector of these laser discs and care to share the value of these particular ones in this video, by all means, leave it in a comment. This is the 5th video of these laser discs, because I've done some of the Cuckoo's Nest and Star Trek. I had 3 of those. So, quite a few. Alright, so this one's a 1986 right there. Let me give you this in pieces. You can pause the video to read it. Then I'll move over to the next one. And this one here. And this one is in color. There's the cast. That way you know who's playing in it. Some of your favorite actors or actress. There you go. Alright. Now this next one's very interesting. Victory at Sea. NBC Enterprise Incorporated presents, and then RCA takes it. Look at that. Really nice. Now this one here, if you notice right here, a black and white presentation. So this is simply black and white. But that's because this is one of the older ones. I think this is the oldest one I have. Okay, it's an hour and 28 minutes. These are the pictures. Some of the scenes you will see. Wow, look at that. That's an interesting movie, isn't it? Just by looking at the picture, you know it is. Wow. Alright. So it was copyright in '79, but then when RCA took it, it's in 1981. So I have 81s and 82s in some of these. Okay, let me give you part of this here. You can pause the video to read it. Put it on full screen, that way you can see it all. There's the picture to go in the middle. Alright. I hope you've enjoyed my bringing these two to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and by all means, pass the video around. You know of any dealers or collectors, museums, that really want some of these? Pass the video to them. I have no idea the value, but I hope to learn from one of my viewers what the value of these are. I would really appreciate that. Leave it in a comment. And we'll see what else we can find for great finds and bring it right to you in video forms. Alright, bye-bye now. Alright, here we have some of these laser discs. It says copyright 1981. Right there. For Fox. Alright. Fox put this one out. These laser discs. Porkies. Alright. It's off a peeking hole there. Look at that. Isn't that something? Okay, so this is the front cover of this one. Here's the back. My nephew opened them up, made sure everything was all fine with them. Here's some of the pictures. Alright, and as you can see right there, 1981. And if you want to read some of the writing, I'll give it to you in pieces and just pause each one, read it, and then continue with the video, pause again. That way you can read everything that's on the back here. And now pause for the second half. Now the next row. Second half of that row. And the next one here. 15 years in the making. Wow. Can you imagine that? 15 years to make this. That's a long time. Rated R. Alright, there you go. So I hope you like that one. We have another one for you. Holy Moses. Woo! Columbia picture on this one. Then RCA got it. Look at that. Tablet. Isn't that something? Oh, look at that. Quite the sight, huh? With the electronic disc system. Aha! The devil himself. Look at that. That's so cute. Love it. Love it. And this one's 1982. These are all the characters here. There's the gas. All the pictures, everything there. Alright, and this here, you can just pause, and I'll give it to you in 2 pieces, just so you can read all about it. Here's piece 1. And here's the other piece. Alright, so I have no idea the value of them. They're all in good condition, perfect condition. They're a little tricky for me, I'm 62, to open up. But my nephew did open them up, check them all out. So, they're good. So nice to see. It's like great big records, you know. But they're Laserdisc. So I have no idea about the value. So if you happen to know the value of these particular ones in this video, I'll have 5 videos on all of these different ones from Star Trek and everything else. But for these 2 in this video, if you know of collectors or dealers or museums who are collecting all of these, as it is part of our history from the days when they first came out, just didn't take as they had hoped. But now that they're gone, they're wanted. Some of the good old movies in there. Alright, so stay tuned, sub me as a friend. By all means, share the video. Let others who may be collecting these or who happen to have the player know about them. Alright, bye-bye. Alright. SelectaVision video disc, or laser disc, whichever one you call it. Look at this one. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Alright, remember that movie? Well, this is in part 1, part 2. Winner of 5 Academy Awards. Wow! How's that? And the nice thing is that it's 2 discs, and I have them both. Good condition. My nephew opened them up. They're all good. Really nice. So this was quite the find. Okay, but the only problem with it is I have no clue the value of them. I know they used to be popular. Well, they weren't really popular. They came out. They didn't take as well as expected. But now that they don't make them no more, they're wanted. So, collectors really like these. These are 1982 RCA. Alright, so we have part 1 and part 2. So this is part 1. Let's go to the back. Look at that. 5 Academy Awards. Jack Nicholson. Alright. I'll get this in pieces so that you can pause and read what they have to say on the back. For those of you who are not familiar, you'd have to probably be young not to know about the movie. Okay, so go ahead and pause that, then I'll give you the next piece. Alright, here's the other little tiny piece at the bottom here. And the next little piece here. Pause that and read it. And here we are with the next one. And then there we are with the bottom. Alright, and here's the picture they put in there. Wild and crazy. Okay, and RCA took it in 1982, which is when this was made. And part 1, as you can see, is an hour and 27 minutes, and in color. Alright, and then here we are with part 2. Same top picture. Of course it says part 2 of 2 disc. Alright. 5 Academy Award. Look at that. And there's this one, and this one is 2 discs. 47 minutes, one side only, color. Ah, just couldn't quite get it all in another one. Alrighty. And that's probably a piece that people are missing too. So if you know of people who collect these, museums or big Laserdisc collectors, pass the video on to them. I'll let you pause this so that you can read it. And this one here, giving you the picture. Well, I'll have to give you the picture later. And then this part. So it ends up like a 2.5 hour show. Okay, so RCA ended up with it in 1982. Alright. So if any of you out there know someone who really is into these Laserdiscs, pass the video on to them. If you happen to know the value of Jack Nicholson, The One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, by all means, let me know in a comment. I'd appreciate that. Pass it around. Alright, bye-bye now. Alright, here we have 2 SelectaVision video disc or Laserdisc, whichever one you want to call it, from 20th Century Fox. Then RCA got it. This is patent. Now at first when I looked through the box I go, oh, I got 2 of these. Then I quickly realized that there's part 1 and part 2. So this one is part 1 of 2 discs. Alright, so anyone collecting or collectors, there's 2 that go to this one. Okay, part 1, these are the characters in it. Alright, now you can pause the video so you can read this. Then I'll move on and you can pause the next part. And pause this other part. Alright, and these are the pictures that go with it. Okay, and there's no dates here when it ended up in this jacket, but over here we have a 1969 right there. So I'll mark this down as a 1969 because there are no other dates on this. Alright, and this was part 1. Alright, and here we have part 2. Right down here, part 2 of 2 discs. Isn't that neat? Well, that must be an awful long show. See right there, part 2. Getting all the characters. And then here we have, go ahead and pause the video so that you can read it. And you can pause the video again. Trying to give you time to pause it so that you can read it all. Alright, and here are the pictures. And again, there's no dates other than the copyright date of 1969. Alright, so if you happen to know the value of these, by all means, leave it in a comment. I know each one depends on the popularity of it, so I don't know how popular this one was. So let me know. Alright, they were great finds. Alright, be sure to sub me, join me as a friend. By all means, pass these around to all those Laserdisc collectors and dealers and stuff. Because in the old days, I guess it didn't really take. Didn't become as popular as they wanted them to, till they're gone. You know, sometimes you just don't miss things till they're gone. And then you really want them and they become valuable. So let me know, okay? Bye-bye now. Pass the video along. Alright, today we're showing you something a little bit different. Today we have 3 of SelectaVision video disc. What they call the laser disc. And they're all Star Trek. Okay, look at this one. And they're quite a challenge, at least for this old girl, to open up and check the disc out. And man, they are cool. They are really nice. So I had to have my nephew do that because that's not something I can do. And if you notice, this one is The City on the Edge of Forever. And Let That Be Your Last Battlefield. That's what these two are. Both sides. They are really nice. Okay, and if you notice, album jacket. This one's a 1981. Okay. That's just so you can read. Pause the video and check it all out. Pretty cool. So I have no idea the value of any of these, because I've never had these before. I don't have a player to play it either. That might be something to get later. But right now I just got myself my hands on these. I heard when they first made them and stuff, they didn't take off. But then they, now they seem to have be collectors now. Alright, look at that. Okay, side 1, Space Seed. Side 2, The Challenge. Okay. Has some of the pictures that's on the back here. A lot of collectors of the Star Trek. Okay, now this one here, let's see, 1982. Space Seed. It's copyrighted in 1967. And Paramount Pictures took it in 1982. Alright, so this one's gone all over. Yeah, my nephew, really, he opened them right up. Wanted to make sure everything was fine with it. Perfect condition. They look nice. It just looked like big, big album disc. Look at that. And that's what's on the cover of this one. Paramount Picture Presents, and then RCA has it. Look at that. Cool, huh? The Seed and Challenging. Okay, and the third one here. Look at that. Wow, nice picture. The Trouble with Tribbles and the Thorian Web. Okay, you can read that for yourself, because I don't know if I got the words right or not. But that's what they are, and all the characters that are in it. William Shatner, of course, is right on top there. I wonder if he collected all the ones that he's been in. Be interesting for him to have a nice museum, huh? Half the stuff. Okay, and this one is 1982. Alright. There's a little bit. You can just pause the video to read it all. And then this side here. And just pause it to read it. Alright, let's look at the cover of this one. There you go, Paramount Picture, RCA. Look at that. From the classic TV series. Alright, so I hope you've enjoyed my bringing them to you. If you know anything about maybe the value of them, what they're worth today to collectors, by all means, leave it in a comment. I'm dying of curiosity because everybody says, oh, you got the Star Trek. Like it's some really great big deal. And I mean, I used to watch the show when I was a kid, but I had no idea about the value. But I was told that they put these out and it didn't really take. And now that it didn't take and they did away with it, now everybody wants them. So, send this video to collectors and stuff and find out what they're worth for me. I'd appreciate you doing that. Alright, and as always, sub me and pass the video around. Alright, bye-bye now. I have more.